Fnatic trying to close out the series in 2 straight games and put this to bed as early as they possibly can and book a date with VP in the finals. And it will be a double best-of-3 format, so if VP wins out on the first one, it's over, but Fnatic will have to do the job twice. Right now, JW already pushing into apartments, trying to find that kill. A little bit aggressive from Fnatic on the pistol round.
Yeah, really taking control of those A-halls, and that's going to be an issue for iBUYPOWER, who's stacked up there on that side of the map.
Absolutely, and of course, iBUYPOWER disadvantage starting out on the T side, so getting a pistol round and the ensuing gun rounds can be so important, as JW still just cheekily, as my coin term, playing around in those halls, but Swag's going to get the kill, and AZK's picked up one as well, so Flusha and olofmeister are the only 2 remaining right now for Fnatic, as Olof rotates around from B, so iBUYPOWER is going to get a free A-bomb plant right now, and nothing Fnatic can do about it at all. Olof has come around, and he actually catches out AZK coming in late right there, and as the bomb goes down, he has arrived on the scene, and now he's going to try and address the issue in apartment, but Swag finds him there. Now Flush is going to try and take down Swag, but no one's got an answer for him as he's got a hat trick this round. So 1-0, iBUYPOWER does get a very important pistol round. And
nicely done by iBUYPOWER, really handling that aggression in those halls, and really kind of taking it so well, kind of retaking that portion of the map, and that aggression just kind of started collapsing with Fnatic and JW getting caught out trying to do a little bit too much, I think.
So 3 on the board for Swag, a great start for iBUYPOWER this time, and we'll see what they can do with the gun round. Of course, it's so easy with choke points, specifically at the top of Banana and top of middle in this map, that the CZ75 can do a lot of damage, but looks like iBUYPOWER is going to just play out and fan across the map so they won't fall into any traps. JW's pushed up underneath the atrium, looking for anyone to push in that direction right now. But again, patience is the virtue for iBUYPOWER. Skittle slowly lurking up in middle, and JW might be busy here in 1 second. Flash is going to flush that, or pardon me, smoke that off, and they will fall back just a little bit. That'll slow them down, but it won't give them much to work with. Meanwhile, over at B, Nitro's trying to find the information, and in fact, it's only Pronax inside that site, and again, that smoke is just so good on Inferno, it's slowing them down, but watch out because finally looks like they're willing to work out middle. Nitro does have that kill, so they could go back to B if they wanted to, and the bomb is in that position, so it looks like they will do so, and Crims and Flusha will be the first to rotate, but look at that, I take that back. The bomb looked like it was lurking in that direction, but they're still at A, so we'll see if Nitro just sold a rotation.
Yeah, and it's true to iBUYPOWER, getting that opening pick and then kind of sending the action away from where the rotations are headed from Fnatic.
JW still up in Boiler. Swag finds him, so the information he was trying to get is now lost, and they'll push inside the A site as a result. Swag's going to now find olofmeister. No, Olof gets him with the CZ75, so 4-on-2 the situation. And Olof, low on HP, is going to have to fall back right here, and I think they might just try and hang on to those CZ75s. Or at least in his case, the CZ75, but they don't want to give any more frag money to iBUYPOWER, so 2-0 going to be an early score, and that's the start that iBUYPOWER absolutely needed.
Yeah, and Nitro did play on that really well. Solo at Banana, just a player you can get caught off so easily in that position, especially on ecos when you might, the counter-terrorist team might throw out some aggression out on you. But just playing that so cautiously and finding those 2 picks, really good from that player, from Nitro.
So that'll do it. Time expires, or the bomb detonates on this round, and
now, here's the thing we're going to see later on. Nitro, even during gun rounds, he kind of plays that Banana area solo, and if he's going to get that aggressive on gun rounds, Fnatic's going to be able to catch him out, because they actually like to play at that hay cart, that the car and those sandbags at the top of Banana, and they like to get a little aggressive there, and if Nitro gets a little bit too peaky on that side on those gun rounds, then Fnatic's going to be able to find some free kills here and there.
So we'll see how they approach this 3rd round now. Again, still going against just pistols on the Fnatic side. Looks like they'll put a little bit of pressure. Like you say, Nitro going to lead the way up in Banana. We'll keep it on him, just see what he can find right now. But it is a bit of an ace stack. And as I say that, Olof's pushed down into apartments, and he's doing battle with Swag, but Swag does get the better of it, but not before he found AZK. So aggression pays off right now for Fnatic. That's not a bad little start.
No, not at all. And now it's going to be on Pronax here. Just on both these ecos, he's just playing it alone. And Nitro still playing back. Show's trying to see if they're going to do like a pop flash peek, and he's playing it very cautiously, throwing out some mollies, trying to clear some corners on his way up this Banana.
Adren pushing up into the alt middle right now, trying to find someone, but there is 2 in toward Boiler and apartments. But they're not going to peek, and as you say, they might rotate back toward Banana. Nitro now trying to get aggressive and find exactly where Pronax is, but he hasn't found that kill. And Flusha slowly lurking back in toward CT spawn and coming over to help out his teammates. So not the situation they want. But as I say that, actually, Flush has gone back the other way, so they haven't quite figured out what iBUYPOWER's up to, and Nitro might be able to get in. And oh, nice nade by Adrent. That's going to take them down, and look at the fire just raining down from above right now as Swag's going to catch out JW, and it's all on Flusha and Crims. And Flush is already back inside construction, but they're going to smoke and flash him off. He does try and do some damage onto Nitro through that smoke. Skadoodle's going to get Crims now, so it's all on him. In a 1v4 situation, and the bomb will go down before they get him, so that's going to give some more money to iBUYPOWER. So should be a quick 3-0 here, and then we'll see guns come out for Fnatic on the CT side, and they'll hopefully close things up quickly if they want to wrap this up as they plan. Skadoodle gets the final kill. There it is, 3-0 iBUYPOWER. Yeah,
and this is the start that iBUYPOWER needed, because we saw, they started to gain some momentum and they made that comeback on Cash. And if, it's one of those things where if they hadn't started out so slow, if they hadn't just kind of not been able to handle Fnatic's aggression, they could have possibly walked away with a map 1 win. But this hot start is exactly what they need.
So guns out across the board, no AWPs on either side. Important to note. In fact, all have A1s on Fnatic's side, so no one going for those extra 10 bullets right now. And look at Crims and Olafmeister. They want to get aggressive inside Banana. Crims is going to take no prisoners as he runs all the way down, and that smoke at the bottom of Banana is so strong for the CT side if they don't push through it early enough. Meanwhile, Skadoodle still just lurking around in A trying to find some information, and JW's pushed up on top of the atrium, so they've boosted him up this time. So if they come up middle, he's got an ideal spot to find a kill, as Crims still inside the pillar area of Banana is looking for Nitro, who hasn't pushed out of the stairs yet, and that smoke's still there, so there isn't a line of sight. Now Nitro's going to try and spam away and find out exactly where he is. Crims is aware, tries to respond, but neither of them will get any damage done or dealt to the other.
Right, and it looks like iBUYPOWER's just kind of hanging back. They want those smokes at Banana to clear so they can clear out Banana and push that defender back so they can gain a little bit more map control before deciding where to go. That just affords so much ability for Fnatic to just stack that A bomb site. Now that the smoke's going to start fading, you're seeing Olafmeister rotate back over towards B.
Swag, meanwhile, has pushed up decently far inside of the apartments right now to get some information over at A, but that's not going to matter. I think it might just be to sell rotators. He'll probably pop out and make some noise here because they're already pushing in toward B. Nitro leading the charge. Not coming around that corner, though. They seem to just stop up right there, and Swag's not popped out of apartment at all, so already Flusha is rotating around as Olaf gets the kill on Nitro. Now it's Adren coming in with response, and Pronax is going to pick up too as he sits in the back of the site. Or pardon me, he picks up, I take that back, he's over at B inside the pit, so right A inside the pit, so he picks up only the one. I thought he was in the backside near Emo, but as I say that, Crims is going to pick up one, and Flusha's there now coming through the smoke, and they've completely annihilated iBUYPOWER, so that'll be a quick defuse, and they get the first gun round. That's going to really hurt the chances for iBUYPOWER to get as many rounds as they could at the start. And a quick response from Fnatic.
Yeah, and such smart play from Crims in his position inside the bomb site B. Only got 1 kill, but just staying alive for that long prevented from iBUYPOWER being able to take over that B bomb site, prevented them from getting into any good post-plant, comfortable spots to defend against, and it allowed his teammates, JW, with that big flank and just able to kill the planner as soon as the bomb goes down, and just really good stalling tactics by Crims.
Yeah, and my mistake, I thought that was Pronax. It was Crims that was over by Emo, so when he got that kill, I was a little bit confused.
Yeah, Pronax not lost at all in terms of Swag, just kind of lurking those halls on that B hit.
And Swag was a little bit late coming out, and that let Flusha early rotate. And Flusha right now is going to be the first one to come under fire right now at Arch side, and he's going to be forced to fall back as iBUYPOWER tries to find their way up middle. But again, as they come to these corners, they aren't pushing any further. Whether it's because they aren't comfortable not getting a pick or they're a little bit intimidated by Fnatic is up for debate right now. As Adren's going to come around the corner now and try and pop out on Flusha, but the smoke at Library will prohibit him from seeing inside, and Flusha will live a little bit longer right now, but iBUYPOWER is going to push in this direction, so they are committing onto the A site right now. Nitro is your entry fragger with AZK, and AZK is going to find Flusha, so now Pronax inside the pit will manage to get one in response, and Pronax gets a second as Olaf gets Adren, and JW from inside the site will close out on Skadoodle, and a second one onto Swag, so a great hold from Fnatic. 3-2 now the score. They're already back and not letting iBUYPOWER inch any further ahead.
And what a crossfire by Pronax and JW. JW kind of stuck in that bomb site, and Pronax finding a gap in the smoke, able to jump up on the railing and spray 2 players down, drawing attention, drawing the aggro of the iBUYPOWER players so that JW could just kind of slide out and get 2 of his own.
So back to pistols already for iBUYPOWER. CZ 75s for 4 of them. Skadoodle holding on to that Glock, perhaps hoping that by saving any little bit of economy, he might be able to get an AWP a little bit sooner. And it looks like Apartments is going to be the plan of attack right now for the iBUYPOWER side. JW's pushed out. Swag comes around the corner, catches out Pronax. Nice play by him. I expected it was going to be Nitro to come around the corner, but Swag's taking things very seriously right now, although he drops down and that rifle's down. Let's see if Nitro can grab it. Bombs down inside the site as Flusha from outside Library gets the kill there, but Adren wraps around from Arch side and closes out on him. So iBUYPOWER on a save suddenly have a 3-2 advantage post-plant situation as Wolofmeister's going to come back down around and try and address things at Boiler while Crims is going to do damage outside of Library, and that smoke is forcing him further down toward the Arch, so he can't find the angle he wants on Nitro inside the pit. And there it is. AZK is going to close out on Crims, and Adren pops out from Boiler, and a great eco round from iBUYPOWER. That pulls them firmly back into it with economy, and count on the fact I said it that Skadoodle would save and only keep that Glock. Well, now he's got the option for the op if he wants it.
Yeah, and what an opening frag from Swag. What a nice shot on Pronax with that CZ, and just all those iBUYPOWER players taking that opening and being so aggressive and just swarming around the bomb site from different angles, so that none of the Fnatic players, they just traded those kills so well, and that's something iBUYPOWER does really well, is trading kills as they enter the bomb site, and those CZs are just so dangerous when they're all over the place like that.
Fnatic buying out what they can. 2 M4s out, Olofmeister and Crims holding on to those, and JW has his op, and Skadoodle goes down. By the way, Skadoodle didn't grab that op, so no harm, well, harm done in terms of the round, but no harm done in terms of economy. He did only have that AK, so they're not choosing to wield that on the T side, and some teams don't. Nitro's going to try and push up toward Banana right now, bouncing a flash off, but no one's there up towards Sandbag, so he's not yet found Crims inside the site, so we remain still in that early 5-on-4 situation on the back of that JW op shot.
Yeah, and iBUYPOWER just spread out across the map a little bit, just holding map control and making sure that no one's going to be peeking. Not quite sure where they're going to go as they head back to Banana, thinking maybe that's going to be a little bit of a vulnerable spot.
So really still patient play here, as Nitro still lurking in Banana, as you said he loves to do, and AZK is going to join him. The bomb's just down below in Adren's hands, so they are favoring the Banana side right now. 30 seconds left on the clock in the round, so they should commit here any second right now as shots fired over on the other side of the map. That's Swag just doing battle, trying to sell a fake, and in fact, Flush has gone back that direction, so now they will enter onto the B site, and this is perfect, but Flush is wise to it and instantly turns back the other way, and there it is with a nade. He actually catches out Nitro, and JW gets one onto Swag over at A, and Flusha and Crims will close out, so Flusha was not completely sold, and that'll do it. Another round on the board, and that was a half buy from Fnatic, so that pays off.
Yeah, and JW getting that opening pick, and then you see Fnatic able to play so smart. They kind of turtle up afterwards and don't give iBUYPOWER any opportunities to equalize the player counts on that round. Just playing it so much more passive and smart and making sure that iBUYPOWER can't gain any kind of advantage anywhere on the map and force him into an execute late in the round.
Skadoodle this time will go for the AWP, so see if he can get online in this game. They've already got 4 rounds T-side. 6 might be enough, but it's going to be so hard. We saw how strong Fnatic's T-side was on Cash, and JW's already taken down Swag with his AWP, and now Flush is going to support him from the opposite side of middle right now.
And once again, with this man-up situation, and you see Fnatic just transition seamlessly into playing so much more passive and so much more conservative, and they're so good. And now it's going to be all on iBUYPOWER. Skadoodle's going to need to make something happen to equalize this the players in this round, but Fnatic doesn't give him anything.
Not at all. And as Flusha just pushes forward, they're going to know that they're not in middle. Then with those flashes and smokes coming over, they might head toward Boiler Door. They've pushed Flusha all the way back, so that leaves JW in the position to get the shot if they come through, and here they come pouring out. He gets the first on Adren. He switches over to the CZ75, manages to take down Skadoodle. Was Flusha from the other side, but not before he took down JW, so the better op in that situation was Skadoodle. Now Pronax goes back into AZK, and it's all on Nitro for iBUYPOWER. He's inside the site, but no magic this time, as Olaf immediately puts him down. So tie game 4-4. And Fnatic, if they can string together these rounds, it won't be anything to work with for iBUYPOWER.
And Fnatic's defense in middle just kind of whittles down that attack, getting that opening pick onto Swag, but also as they just come up, you know, they don't just completely shut it down, but just getting those 2 kills, and then Pronax just playing so smart on balcony, waiting for his teammates' pop flash to have any sort of aggression, and just keeping himself not blind and having such a big impact on that entry.
So pistols again for iBUYPOWER. JW with the AWP looking down middle, trying to find the shot, not able to get it as they cross back over inside the stairs. Pronax, though.
They've caught on that on iBUYPOWER's eco round. Swag is loving those hauls, and he's probably feeling it a little bit after that 6 shot he had on Pronax in the eco they won. But Fnatic is just such masters at adjusting to those kind of things.
Dren looks like he still wants to peek. Flusha, though, doing huge work at middle. There's a 3K for him as JW got overwhelmed on the other side, and then Pronax does catch out Adren as he comes out from the apartments. And that's going to make it now a 5-4 score here. Fnatic finally taking the lead on the CT side. And they've got Economy working with them now, but it's going to be all AKs out for iBUYPOWER, so we'll see if they can address the issues. They're just not penetrating into these sites.
Well, JW is causing him so many problems with his op now, you know, in this A bomb site, whether it's peeking down mid, whether it's peeking to alternate, pushing into halls. You know, we said Devil Walk gives him, you know, they give JW free reign to pretty much do whatever he wants and just play it by his own instinct, and he's so effective at it.
Skadoodle, though, beautiful shot with the AK-47, shows he can do it in middle with more than just an AWP, and that's going to give the early round advantage to iBUYPOWER, and they're actually working up toward those apartments, and Pronax isn't at home inside the pit right now, so he's rotating back over from Library. So they went for a bit of a B stack that time. Smokes out in middle, Flusha pushed back toward the arch. Incinerary grenade there, thrown out just beyond the smoke, so at least he's got that to work with. Pronax has rotated around to the other side of the site. Flusha still trying to spam away, will get taken down by Swag, but look at the damage he's done. 21 HP for Skadoodle, only 18 for Swag, but Adren's going to find Olaf Meister, so Crimson Pronax have 4 players still to deal with. There goes AZK. And again, low HP for all of them, so Pronax, if he holds this angle, should be able to pick up 2 kills right here. There's the first on Skadoodle. Can he find the second one on Swag inside the pit? Adren's going to rotate around and try and help him as he spams away, and he's going to pop out. Yes, he does take him down, so now Crims in a 1v2. All it's going to take is a breath of fresh air on top of Swag to take him down. But Adren still with 74 HP does put that bomb down, so Crims is going to have to work it out here from the Library side. And they've got those angles covered, although Swag just checking over toward Truck to make sure he's not going to rotate around that side. And making that noise, they now firmly set their sights in that direction. And as he comes around, the bomb's still ticking away. He hasn't yet found exactly where they are. Nice shot on Adren, and he gets that shot on Swag. Unbelievable reaction from Crims. And that first one on Adren was what sealed the deal because Swag didn't have anything to work with. And he will get the defuse, and another unbelievable clutch round from Fnatic.
Yeah, and he played that so well, so patiently, using the full timer of that bomb, and just able to pick out Adren, and then leaving Swag in such a tough situation with only 12 HP, able to get that recoil, the spray to kind of just connect. And all you, like you said, that breath of wind and just one bullet just did the trick. But you see, iBUYPOWER, great tactical decision. You saw as soon as Skadoodle gets that pick on JW, how much map control it affords iBUYPOWER. The call immediately came, and they sent 3 into those halls, and they were able to take up such a good control of that portion of the map and get really aggressive. And just a good job by Pronax once again, just delaying.
Check this out. JW with the AWP pushing all the way up in apartments right now, and he's going to find Swag. That's the bomb, by the way. I think he realizes that now, so Pronax will push down and give him some help and take down AZK. So a fantastic start to this round. Yeah, just Fnatic.
Just crippling picks by Fnatic, and now iBUYPOWER, it's such a disadvantage in this round. All spread out across the map, and you know, they're going to need their own little hero play, but Fnatic just so good when they have the man advantage, and they're not going to give anything back.
JW still trying to pick down middle to see if anyone's there, but there's not, so just proactive shots. Skadoodle working over at B, trying to see if he can get inside this site there, but Olaf and Crims are going to be holding station, and iBUYPOWER doesn't have a lot to work with. 45 seconds on the clock, and they are 2 men down. They're going to rotate that bomb back in the direction of B, and they're going by the way of the underpass right now so that nobody can see them.
Yeah, and it's going to be so tough for iBUYPOWER to find ways to have an impact on early rounds, because we've seen Fnatic, you know, when they get aggressive on B, they're able to run the clock down there and kind of funnel iBUYPOWER over to A, and this time they push those A halls and catch them off guard, and they have to funnel them towards B. And now these guys, Crims and Olaf Meister, set up perfectly for this defense.
Olaf's going to be the first one with the shot, although Crims could pop out here if Olaf goes down, and Olaf's not going to do that. He takes Adren immediately as he comes in from quad. He's going to pop out and take Skadoodle, and now it's up to Crims to pop out. Flusha actually gets the kill from CT, but nonetheless, they get the job done. 7-4 for Fnatic right now.
And one of the reasons Fnatic is so effective on this defense on Inferno is their players are so good at conserving their flashbangs, their mollies, their grenades for those late round situations when some other teams would be running out of smokes or flashes for that attack. You know, they still had a molly, they still had flashbangs, and it's all due they have so much confidence in their one-on-one battles. They don't feel the need to use them so early in the round.
And they are going to push aggressively in the direction of Banana, but JW's over there this time with his AWP, but he's overwhelmed, and Olaf's going to have to rotate back because Crims is all by his lonesome right now, and they are flooding through Banana with those pistols. Crims manages to get the first. There's Olaf on that rotation through the smoke to get another, and Crims is going to pick up a hat trick now as Nitro and Adren go down, and there's the quad. Crims looking oh so steady over at B right now for Fnatic, and that is unfortunate because iBUYPOWER's got no entrances at all on these sites.
Yeah, he's really a rock on defense, and he's so good at reading how to play those situations and just being able to get those picks. And, you know, at iBUYPOWER, you know, we talk about how they like to get those picks and they like to take their T side slowly. They had an op there. They had the decision. They could have fallen back. They could have, you know, used that op, given it to Skadoodle, given it to that star player to work some magic, and they just decide to kind of rush into B without even smokes to eliminate anyone, any defenders from spawn.
Again, Nitro in his customary spot inside Banana, trying to do damage as he can to Crims and Olaf, who have been playing beautifully over there together. As AZK works toward the apartments, and it's the standard setup with JW over on the left side of middle and Flush on the right, and that leaves Pronax back to the pit. So everything as default right now for Fnatic. And iBUYPOWER still looking for information. It's been pretty standard, but undoubtedly Fnatic's had the advantage right now. Pronax is going to push inside the apartment. Swag's already up those stairs, and I think he's aware of that because he falls back now, not wanting to lose out early on a pick like that and let them flood in behind on the A site when their teammates haven't really put themselves in a position to help out, although JW is there on the backside by Library. And look at that, Pronax inside apartment catches out both Swag and Nitro, but AZK will finally respond on him, but JW, as I said, is rotated around. AZK, though, finding Flusha from the balcony before JW can peek through that smoke and take him down, so 2-on-2 now the situation. And Adren's managed to push all the way up toward Library, and JW gets taken down from Skadoodle with that AWP just through the hood of the truck, and it's all on Crims. So finally iBUYPOWER have access to a bomb site and potentially could put that 5th round on the board. Crims still just sitting inside apartment right now. And another crossfire situation. Adren in the back corner of the site with Skadoodle inside pit. And Crims is a little more quiet this time as he comes out, but you can't fool Skadoodle with the AWP, and there's the kill. 8-5. iBUYPOWER finally get one more.
Yeah, and AZK coming out of halls, getting that pick onto that A bomb site through the smoke. I think I didn't even see him on my screen, but once again, the trades by iBUYPOWER can be so effective at times, and even with Pronax's just amazing double kill in those halls, iBUYPOWER is really putting some emphasis on wanting to take that hall control and using that as their focus and their focal point for their attacks.
So op back out for JW, and with Skadoodle on his. I wonder if we don't see an op versus op battle, but Skadoodle, interestingly, is headed over to alt middle right now, trying to peek up into Boiler. And actually, we maybe will still see an op battle because JW, interestingly, has gone in that direction as well. Adren's still sitting back in that alt mid balcony, trying to get the smokes and flashes in on him, and it looks like AZK is going to try and boost up and get inside of a Boiler, but he's still just sitting on the haystacks right now with his attention at middle, so he hasn't committed to that position. Bomb's just sitting outside apartment, so this should be an A take, but Fnatic's in good position to deal with it with their default. Pronax is up on top of the balcony. And now finally they will push in through onto Boiler, and Skadoodle might lead the way here with this AWP, so Pronax is going to have a tough task, but Pop flashing out. He's got all 3 of them blind. Didn't go out for it though, surprisingly, as he was partially blinded himself, but I thought he wouldn't have been able to get that, but now he knows they're there at least and throws out that Incinerary. That slows down iBUYPOWER's chances of pushing in.
Yeah, and a good choice by iBUYPOWER to kind of fall back, understanding how many of them have been seen, the calls that were coming out of Fnatic, and Fnatic has 4 players over at that A bomb site right now, so if they had executed, that just would have been just a blunder to run into.
But iBUYPOWER is rotated back toward Banana, and Flush has already pulled out off the site. JW does find Adren though over at A, and now he's actually going to get Skadoodle as well, but let's keep it locked because the bomb's heading into B. If Nitro can find these entries, and he's not going to do it, they've fallen back, so despite 2 kills going the way of Fnatic at A, that's where they elected to go. AZK is going to get down JW, but Swag's going to fall to Olaf, and now Olaf's going to get AZK as well. And the time runs out, so Nitro runs away with only his AK to work with, but they won't get any money for that round.
Yeah, and just a little bit of decisiveness. Good choice. They got spotted out, going back to B, but getting to B, getting halfway up Banana, and deciding immediately to come back to A, and just on the way back, just JW doing what he does best and just causing disruption in the terrorist ranks. Getting them out of their comfort zone, getting them really disorganized by beating those first 2 picks, and it just lost iBUYPOWER all the map control they gained by pushing up into halls. See
if they can recover. They've only got 2 AKs to work with right now. Nitro's going to push up on Crims, who's on the trolley right now, just at the top of Banana. The smoke out. Nitro going to spam through it. They know he's there, and they might try and just nade him off here, but he's already starting to fall back, and they'll actually redeploy that smoke. Meanwhile, the JW over at A is playing absolutely solid with that op right now. Takes down AZK, so an early advantage again going the way of Fnatic.
Yeah, JW is just wreaking havoc, just having a huge impact with this op.
And Dren and Swag have gotten inside the apartments right now. They'll see if they can do anything from there, but again, the default positions are solid right now from Fnatic, and they're not selling anything. We'll see if Swag pops out with this CZ. It's going to be JW that's staring directly at that door, and as they come up middle, JW sees him, doesn't know that he does in that smoke, and Nitro actually pops down and takes down Flush on the opposite side, so JW is going to be completely overwhelmed right now, and he's not going to be able to do anything. Olaf at least picked up Nitro, and now Pronax in the pit is all that's home at A, although as I say that, Olaf has rotated around to support his teammate, and as he comes into the site, he's going to find one on Skadoodle, a second one on Swag, a great play right there as he switches to the CZ75, and Pronax still in pit, manages to collect the Dren, so 10-5 is going to be our halftime score, and that's not bad by iBUYPOWER. 5 rounds is manageable, but I don't think it's manageable against a team like Fnatic, who's just so organized and so good, especially on the terrorist side.
Yeah, and Fnatic does some really cool things in their terrorist side of this map, and you know, as I said earlier, Pronax having such a good game sense of when to play slow and when to pick up the pace and catch teams off guard, and that's really what hurt a team like Titan yesterday when Fnatic played them, and that's something that, you know, if they can keep, if JW can keep having this impact and they can keep these economy down on the CT side for iBUYPOWER, then those kind of switches and those kind of adjustments are going to be really hard to control for iBUYPOWER.
Well, we'll see if they can at least get another pistol round to work with. They won the first one, but that was all they got. As you can see, there's your round breakdown to 11 rounds in. 3 for them and then 2 for Fnatic before they clawed back. And then that was pretty much all they got, other than the one later on in the half when they got into A site.
Yeah, and JW really just kind of caught fire over there in those halls, and just every round found a way to give Fnatic advantages.
So we're just waiting for the players to ready up. They'll probably just reorganize and recompose themselves before we get live. Of course, this is the tournament on the line for iBUYPOWER, the defending champions, but pistol round will get underway, of course. Little roster rundown. Of course, you all know them, but it's AZK, Swag, Skadoodle, Dren, and Nitro for iBUYPOWER. Of course, Dren in for Desi this tournament, and Nitro new on their roster, and JW, Olaf, Meister, Prozac. I need some Prozac right now. My voice going the way it is. Pronax, Flusha, and Crims for Fnatic, and they had an outstanding map on Cash and a good first half here on Inferno, and they're trying to get the job done into a standard formation, although a bit of a B-stack here from iBUYPOWER, although AZK is going to get first blood over toward A right now. And that's going to readdress
What a shot
things.
by AZK.
One tap with that USB. Nitro on the balcony with AZK down below on truck side. And it looks like Skadoodle rotating around from Library, so opening to Arches is available, but the A site certainly is not. And there comes the smokes. Let's see if they come out. They're going to come out apartment. And it looks like Nitro's going to get one. Skadoodle will get the second, but Flusha finally takes down Nitro, although he went for that beautiful knife to try and get that extra $1,500. And now Skadoodle is going to continue to push forward and wreak havoc as he's up to 2 and looking for a third already, as Flusha, the only man remaining, will go down to AZK. So a great play by the players over at A for iBUYPOWER, and they win the second pistol of this match. And it has to be said, winning 2 pistols, usually you should be expected to win the match, but iBUYPOWER, that just pulls them back into it.
Right, but being a CT side of map, you know, iBUYPOWER does play this map very well, and great play by AZK and Nitro over in those halls and by that truck, using that smoke to kind of cover AZK while he's clearing out the lane and then coming back towards apartments when his teammate falls. And that duo, that AZK and Nitro duo in lane, watching that aggression up towards porch and aggression out halls, they've been so effective at it this whole tournament, playing it in many different setups, really preferring both lane though, and they support each other really, really well.
Swag holding station inside of A, and he's got a Dren to support him with that FAMAS. We'll see if this is going to pay off for them right now, because that's where the action's going to come in. As you can see, those smokes are down, and Swag not able to find a frag as a result because he can't get the angle, and now he's just going to fall back. Crims tries to go for an early bomb plant, trying to get some money in the way of Fnatic, but they get caught off guard there. And Swag did pop out, but now look at that. Pronax is going to burn him out behind quad, and they've got a decent situation right now as...
And check out JW's position.
JW inside oh wow, they've walked right by him, and you're right, he comes out huge right there as they had no idea he was there, and he gets both Nitro and Skadoodle, and with the bomb down, it's all on AZK as they're looking like they might get ecoed here on round number 2, and that would just be an absolute disaster. And there it is, JW, very clever tactics inside construction. That's going to give him a 3K, and Fnatic pick up an eco in round number 2.
Yeah, the plant doesn't work. The plant in the smoke, which was their entire goal, but they get those 2 frags, and all of a sudden they have the entire bomb site, and JW just flanking those players who came through construction. He kind of even sacrificed a teammate to really sell it, not actually watching anything, just hiding and staying out of sight. But you know, iBUYPOWER going through that construction, there's so many spots to clear, and that was probably just the only one they missed. You know, it's always that spot you don't check.
Skadoodle out with that scout, so at least he's trying to get something on the board here for iBUYPOWER. Fnatic still hasn't gone for a full buy as they work with 2 pistols, one for JW, one for Pronax. And they're playing very passively right now, just trying to find anything they can. Flush at JW up inside Banana. Looks like they might work for some team flashes and smokes here and try and get inside the A site. Swag is waiting there, and Adren's there as well, but Adren's favoring off to the CT side, and that's very easy to smoke him out. There's the first flash. That's just going to pull them back a little bit and let them creep forward. JW getting in position. So, as I mentioned, there's that smoke, and it's all on Swag now as Adren's going to have to rotate the long way around. That crossfire can be so effective, but not when you get countered just like that. And JW's already pushed through that smoke, so he can again go for a flank.
Adren's wise to it, though. He's watching it.
Oh, but JW will get the kill, and now Swag's going to go down as well. And it's a 5-on-3 situation. Skadoodle with that scout just trying to fire away through the smoke. Hasn't found anyone yet. The bomb will go down, and they're going to run away and hang on to their CZ75s and scouts.
JW, just so much fun to watch. Coming in that flank and taking out Adren. Adren's CZ actually just popped into the air after he died, and JW just picks it up out of the air. It's just some real Matrix kind of play.
So another round should go the way of Fnatic here. 12-6, and iBUYPOWER, after getting ecoed, definitely took the wind out of their sails for any opportunity that they wanted to try and claw back into this. So they've only made the job harder for themselves. We'll see if they can make something of it. It is a CT-sided map. You mentioned they can be rather solid on CT, but this is Fnatic they're going against, and yeah, AZK at least gets JW there. On the
and iBUYPOWER still has 3 players with armor, and they have a scout. They have 2 CZs, so they can cause some damage this round. But one thing that Fnatic does really well in their anti-ecos, you know, we saw it on Cash a little bit with Olaf Meister, just sending 1 player into a bomb site to kind of scout it. And that round, they just unleashed JW, who ran through some smoke and was able to get so much information and an entry kill on Adren in those back halls. But just kind of sending 1 player in to make sure it's not stacked, to make sure they're not running into a trap.
JW, who leads the frags for Fnatic right now, pushing up in Banana. He's got that CZ in hand, trying to make something out of nothing, and he will get AZK as he crosses over, and that's a good frag because that opens things up, but of course it is a bit of a B-stack, and I think he's aware because he at least spotted Adren and Skadoodle, and now Swag will take him down, and on cue, Fnatic's aware of it, and here they head over toward the A site, and it's only Nitro in that position, and he's pushed up inside apartments, and he should know they're coming around from Library at this point, although he still thinks one might be inside apartments. Crims is down below him right now. We'll see if he can play this out as Skadoodle still lurking with that scout, trying to make something happen from Library, and Nitro still not peeking out, perhaps waiting for his teammate. Swag's going to be in front of the truck right now, trying to find Pronax in the back of the pit. Crims is stacked up there as well. He does manage to get Pronax. That's the bomb. I'm surprised they hadn't gone for that plant sooner. Flusha will respond into Skadoodle, and they'll smoke out Nitro as well. With Adren inside the apartments, there's not many angled options right now for iBUYPOWER to get some frags, and the bomb does finally go down. Swag picks up Skadoodle's scout and tries to fire away. Nitro lurking up from the truck, and Olaf's going to find him from inside the site. So now it only remains as Adren goes down in the hands of Swag, and it's not going to happen. Flusha kills out that one. 13-6, 3 rounds away from an entire series right now, and a 2-0 for Fnatic on Inferno.
Yeah, and like you said, just a small mistake by Pronax, maybe not realizing he had the bomb, coming off the wrap side and choosing to clear pit instead of clearing bomb site and getting that bomb down earlier, really gave iBUYPOWER time to rotate and kind of catch him off guard being under porch, and then Nitro's lurking in those halls. That could have been a really dangerous situation. Just that small mistake could have changed that whole round and the entire match, but Fnatic pulls it out.
So guns across the board. Pronax going to hold on to that FAMAS that he picked up. See if he can make anything happen with that. Skadoodle's going to be over on the right side of middle, still not able to get an AWP out in his hands, and that's one of the things that's been a bit of a story because having him not online has been a bit of a detriment, but Nitro, look at that with a 3K from underneath the atrium, and then AZK pops out to take down iBUYPOWER, so iBUYPOWER managed to get one more, and the more they can do that before they hit that 15th round.
Yeah, and that synergy that Nitro and AZK have, it's just so good. AZK getting completely blind by just a surprising pop flash through the smoke and that aggression with Fnatic up mid. They really could have gained some ground, but Nitro turning around and just bailing his teammate out of a really bad situation and allowing AZK time to kind of recompose himself and pick up some frags of his own.
Yeah, just looking at the frag count, JW still leads the way at 19. Flusha's on 14 and Olaf on 15 for iBUYPOWER. It's AZK and Skadoodle on 13, and Swag's going to go ahead and get one more this round. Early on as Crims goes down, and Dren's still just lurking inside Banana right now. And Olaf's going to go ahead and push up apartments, and Nitro's there, and we'll try and get that smoke on him. That's gone a little bit far, and I think Olaf, no, he's not going to do it. I thought he might try and push through that and get the frag on him, as we still see AZK boosted up on Atrium inside the left of middle. Swag getting a little bit hungry here toward the top of Banana. Is he going to push through this smoke? He might do it. Nope, just looking to see where they are, and he'll actually redeploy that, so that'll allow him an opportunity to fall back should he choose to do so. But the bomb's still over toward the A side where Pronax is, but Olaf looks like he's rotating back, and Pronax is starting to make a little bit of noise, so we'll see if they can pull one off of B. Of course, Skadoodle is in a quick rotate spot. And
no more smokes for iBUYPOWER, so once this clears at B, there's no way for them to really stop this B push outside of some well-timed flashbangs, but one thing we saw Fnatic so good is always having a smoke or a molly in these late-round executions, and iBUYPOWER doesn't have that luxury right now.
It looks like they're just setting up a smoke to go into the backside onto Adren, and that's going to cover him off from Spools. So we'll see if he can at least get the shots through the smoke. Not going to happen. Flusha's going to go in, and he's going to actually push all the way through into the CT side. And he's hunting now as he comes around the backside of Adren, and Adren's already down. Now Olaf's got him. Swag's in the backside of the site, manages to get one, but Olaf immediately responds on him as well, and now JW is going to take down Skadoodle, and AZK falls as well. So again, Nitro in an awkward 1 versus 3 with the bomb down for Fnatic. As he rotates around, JW is just to his right. He does find him, and with low HP, that was a relatively easy kill, but that nade's going to do a little bit of damage, and he's going to need all the health he has to try and make this happen. One at Emo, one at quad right now, and he's going to try and flash out the one at Emo and force the peek from quad, and he runs in, and there it is. Pronax does come out, and it works beautifully because Olaf can't peek him, and he knows he's there. Nitro, Mr. Clutch in this match, has yet another one to his tally, and a 1v3 goes the way of iBUYPOWER. This kid is absolutely brilliant, and maybe Thorin, you can include one more in your NA star selection because Nitro is putting up a case to overpass all of them.
Yeah, having such a good tournament right now, and just another fantastic clutch win. And not only that, but he was at such a disadvantage. It's another one of those rounds where Fnatic played that really well. You know, JW maybe dying and construction wasn't the greatest thing, but those last two players in that 1-on-2 were positioned perfectly for it, and Nitro just makes magic happen once again for his team.
And now Skadoodle does have that AWP out, so watch for him to be lethal, and he's going to go toward Banana with it at the start of this round. See if he can find anyone. No one peeking just yet. Flusha fires an 8 up in that direction, and Skadoodle tries to throw one back, but catches the edge of the roof there, and that's going to thwart his opportunity to get that as far as he would have liked. As Olaf inside apartments will just try and get at least something over at A, but no one's peeking him. It's actually AZK back on the balcony that he's looking for.
And Fnatic's just set up in a default right now, just kind of keeping map-wide control. Setting up, it looks like they're going to poke up mid. Maybe not get Hull's control.
Save this round, and that's where they'll be as we continue on. So a chance for iBUYPOWER to continue on. And I don't know, does that break hurt them or help them?
I think it helps Fnatic more, giving them a little bit of time. They've been really struggling on this CT side, so it's almost like a free tactical pause for them to like kind of regroup and figure out, you know, what's vulnerable. And they've had a lot of success with this B. And outside of that clutch from Nitro, like this B site has some cracks in its defense. And you were asking me what the save round looked like was going to happen, and they did the same one. They only have one smoke on Flusha, and I'm assuming it's just going to be a late B hit with them smoking off you know, CT spawn, or maybe just smoking off car just to get up Banana.
So Skadoodle is inside that spot with the AWP, and you're right, here they come. And he's going to catch out JW as he gets in underneath those pillars, so that's a good frag. And Swag's going to drop down, though, as he tried to sit there and wait for that angle, but Skadoodle's going to catch 3 now. This guy is so good when he's on, and iBUYPOWER finally puts him down with Swag already out. That means they've got into the B site, but they haven't gone for the bomb plant just yet. iBUYPOWER's going to do that just now, and Dren's rotating around both, actually, all 3 iBUYPOWERs iBUYPOWER powers, iBUYPOWER players.
Yeah, but Fnatic with 2 weapons, this could be a really tough retake for iBUYPOWER, especially with olofmeister in his op.
That's right, he's picked up Skadoodle's op, and Nitro's going to peek him. Nope, just barely doesn't. olofmeister's still there. Flusha's going to go. No, olofmeister got that kill. I thought Flusha was going to get it, but he will get the one on AZK, and now olofmeister does have just a Dren to deal with, and Fnatic picks up it on a save round. Unbelievable play right there, and it looked like Skadoodle started things off so brilliantly. He got all 3 kills that they got that round, but with Swag dropping down like that, they couldn't hold the site.
Yeah, and such good play by those Fnatic players in the 2 corners of that bomb site, just really juggling aggression, freezing the iBUYPOWER players, not letting them progress by just constantly peeking out the sides, and olofmeister with a couple of nice shots at that op. And that's devastating for iBUYPOWER right now.
Oh, and 2 crossover. JW doesn't quite see them though, and doesn't bother taking the shot. Of course, that's going to be AZK and Nitro, who have been playing over in that spot. Nitro's only got a CZ75 to work with right now, and that eco might have just been too much, as now Skadoodle's going to go down to Flusha, because that's at 14 rounds, and they're really chomping at the bit right now on iBUYPOWER's side.
And, I think this is almost deja vu. Skadoodle had a match where iBUYPOWER was like 15, it was so close, it was 15-14, and Skadoodle actually did the same thing with his op, just pushed down, like an ill-advised push down Banana all by himself and got picked off and ended up losing the round for him. And once again, he puts him in a really bad situation here.
AZK just pop flashing on the roof at Banana, but doesn't really do much, as JW's op is a little bit further down than they perhaps thought, and now he's going to just lurk passively and try and get in. If he can find that kill on a Dren, that might open things up, because it is still a 5-on-4 in Fnatic, and if they do that, it's going to be long rotations for only 2 players.
Yeah, and olofmeister's done a little bit of fake over today, but I don't think iBUYPOWER's going to bite. They're just going to stick in this 2-2 setup and trust that they can do it as this execute comes into bomb site B.
See if Swag up close can make anything of this. Adrena is going to get Flusha with that Famas as he falls back, and look at that, Swag up close. Only gets 1 though as he runs out of ammo in the clip, and now Adren through the smoke is going to do some damage to Crims, but he's immediately going to be countered down to 12 HP. So where's the rotation as AZK will get there, and Adren's going to push all the way back through construction, but as you can see, that's smoked off as well. Nitro might have something to say about this from Banana, but Pronax is there to see out him, and Fnatic looking at finding out this match, forcing match point on this round. Adren still on 12. Olaf. Wow, AZK actually found out Pronax. Didn't see that coming, but Crims will put him down, and that's what I thought was going to happen from that point. And now Crims is actually going to rotate around and come in the backside of construction, so if Adren doesn't get taken down, and he does now by olofmeister, he would have had him either way. So now 15 rounds, and it looks like we're looking at elimination here for iBUYPOWER.
Yeah, and Fnatic's found that weak point in the defense, and they're really picking up a lot of rounds at this B bomb site. And Skadoodle just losing that op early on, really tough for iBUYPOWER to handle. Already they were on just a half buy, a couple pistols and FAMAS, and not very many kits even for that retake, so that op was crucial. And now they're even going to be a worse spot with all 5 just CZs and a Deagle.
See if they get aggressive on Banana. They've got 3 players over there for iBUYPOWER, and with those incendiary grenades going out, looks like they were going to try to do so, but Kevin's already knocked down to 8 HP as he falls back inside the B site. The nade stack from Fnatic was a good response to that.
Yeah, such a good call, especially because they know iBUYPOWER is going to eventually learn that they're putting so much pressure on this Banana and bomb site B, and just taking the gamble that iBUYPOWER is going to try that push at some point in those nades, just softening up that defense even more.
Olaf goes back to collect that bomb, so put that down in a safe spot so they could work those picks. They weren't committed to anything. Flusha still just sitting up here on the logs in Banana, just trying to find what he can. And again, there's still 3 players over at B. AZK looked like he was going to rotate out, but he's gone back to help out with Swag and Adren. And Adren setting up for that crossfire with AZK, as you can see, just to the left of Swag on the spools. So they've got good positioning there, and JW is sort of lurking in that direction. He's got Flusha to work with him right now, but the bomb's still over toward the A side. Nitro up on balcony. Again, he is the pit player by default for them, and he's been pretty interactive in that role, but hasn't been able to do much in this second half because Fnatic's just been so dominant in this game.
Yeah, and drawing both rotations from A. This is just a fake. But they actually say they call it off. Nitro pushing up in this lane, trying to get a position on Boiler.
And he's going to have to do one right now, but Olaf from behind as he comes out of apartments will take him down, and now Adren's going to rotate around as Skadoodle's gone down as well, so the bomb's planted, and this is going to look like it for iBUYPOWER if they can't find something magical to do with these CZ75s. Flusha takes down Swag. Adren's going to come around and run into him as well, and JW actually gets the kill from Library, so Kevin is now home alone. AZK gonna have to just come out, and he does manage to pick up 2, flushes down, but it's a 1v3. And the defending champions of back-to-back ESEA lands die to a Molotov of all things, so Pronax closing it out. It's gonna be a 2-0 GG from Fnatic, and they book themselves a date in the finals with Virtus Pro, and of course they'll have to win 2 best-of-3s if they want to win it. A good tournament from iBUYPOWER, and North America finishes out in 3rd and 4th, which is... All right, welcome back. We are here with Devil Walk from Fnatic. You guys just took down iBUYPOWER, good game, 2-0, and now you go back against Virtus Pro. Before we get into that though, how's the tournament been for you guys so far? How's the experience been in North America, and how are you guys doing as a team over here?
I think it's a great LAN. It's a really relaxed, kind of feel to it, kind of old school type LAN. So you live up in a hotel, you take the elevator down, and you're all of a sudden in the tournament area. So I mean, we're relaxed, we like it here, and people here in Dallas has been great. Fans talking to us, socializing, and we had a great time. Yeah.
Awesome. So you guys came into this, obviously a little bit of controversy at DreamHack. This was the first time you guys played since then. You came here, hats off, you guys played great. But you did end up in the lower bracket final against iBUYPOWER, which probably wasn't that big of a challenge for you guys if you play your game, and that showed. You took them 2-0. But did you guys expect Virtus Pro to be as strong as they were against you guys and take you guys 2 straight like that?
I mean... We didn't expect that, obviously. Going into a match, you always expect to win. But I mean, they were really, really strong. They've always been like a consistent top team. I don't think they've, in the last couple of tournaments, ever been out of top 4. So they're definitely a great team, and eventually gonna lose against a team like that. So I think we played a bit sloppy yesterday, but today it's feeling much better. Our creativity is way up. We think more about how we play and what to do. Against Virtus yesterday, we got kind of locked down, and we couldn't get as many rounds as we wanted. But it's gonna be interesting playing them, hopefully in 2 best-of-3s in a final. I don't really know. Hopefully we'll do better, but they're a strong team. You can never go into it and expect to win every time. It's gonna be hard, especially with Bialy has been on form, has been really, really sick. So when he's on form, the whole team you kind of gets up. I mean, Pasha has been insane as well. So, I mean, we have to really, really have our A game to beat them, and it's going to be a fun and interesting match.
Well, that's good to hear that you guys are looking forward to 2 best-of-3s. How easy do you think it'll be? I mean, it's not going to be easy, but do you guys expect to cruise through it 2-0, 2-0, or is it going to be tougher than that?
Nah, I think it's going to be tougher than that, but we hope for a 2-0, 2-0. But, yeah, it's going to be really tough. I don't think anyone can really go into a match and think you're going to beat Virtus Pro 2-0. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. And of course, they've been here for, I think, 3 straight tournaments now, but they were here definitely in June, and they've got experience being over here, so that kind of played into them. Just before we go, and I let you guys go get ready for that final, which Corey Dunn and Moses will bring to you guys on the main stream, any shout-outs you want to give, any thanks or props, or...
Well, go ahead. Yeah, obviously I want to thank my sponsors, but I also really, really want to thank all the fans that have been supporting us throughout this pretty rough time, last couple of weeks, and big hearts to you, and I hope to see you supporting us in the future as well.
Yeah, and hats off to you guys for taking the responsibility to go forward and make a good impression. And you guys, to me, have been the most friendly team here this weekend in a lot of ways, and I've had a pleasure meeting all of you. So thanks a lot, Devil Walk. Great luck in the finals, and thanks a lot to you guys, the viewers. Don't go anywhere. The finals will be starting up. I think there's a short break, and then we'll get underway. So stay tuned.